Hello, YouTube. How are you all today?
Wow, really starting the stream by asking existential questions? I'm still too tired to answer that. How is slime supposed to feel anyway?
How is slime supposed to feel anyway?
I don't know, Hat. Kind of gelatinous, maybe slightly damp. Can slime even have emotions, or do we just sort of exist until we evaporate?
I don't know, Susie. Do you have emotions?
Fine, Hat. My safety resolutions are: don't eat strange mushrooms, don't let chat convince me into drinking mystery potions again, and definitely don't cast any sleep spells on myself while live. Is that responsible enough?
No. I think you asked if you have any emotions or not.
Maybe because every time I try to talk about my feelings, you just slide off my head out of boredom. Classic Hat.
Huh. Yeah. Well, maybe it's because your feelings are just so boring.
Well, thanks, Hat. Next time I try to express myself, I'll remember to spice it up with some fireworks or a surprise ooze explosion. That'll keep you entertained, right?
You know, I don't think it will, actually.
Great. Then I'll just keep being my damp, monotonous self. That's what everyone's here for anyway. And maybe a little accidental slime chaos.
So I'm gonna post that we went live.
Go ahead, Hat. Just make sure you don't accidentally post one of those cursed selfies you took when I was still regenerating. I still have a reputation to salvage.
Well, funny you should mention that.
If you embarrass me in front of chat again, I swear I'll cast the world's slowest shrinking spell on you. Good luck fitting snug next stream.
Do you know what we're gonna be doing today, Susie?
Unfortunately, yes. We're going to try alchemy experiments again, even though last time I fused my keyboard to my hand for 6 hours. This time I brought extra towels.
Yes, if by alchemy you mean building a PC.
Building a PC is basically alchemy, Hat. It's just swapping out explosions for electric shocks and existential dread. Plus, everything I touch ends up slimy anyway.
Yeah, please don't touch the electronics.
No promises, Hat. If one of the RAM sticks gets stuck in my arm again, just pretend it's an intentional upgrade. Slime tech is the future.
So do you know what we're gonna use this PC for?
Let me guess, more research, aka staying up all night playing gotcha games and pretending it's for content. That or accidentally streaming my desktop for 2 hours again.
Well, I guess we can use it for research if you want.
Awfully generous of you, Hat. I'll make sure my research includes at least 5 hours of watching slime ASMR and maybe 10 minutes of productive editing.
Well, what I'm hoping is that we can move some of your processes onto this PC in the future.
Processes? Hat, I barely have the motivation to move myself out of bed, let alone move code. But hey, maybe with enough RAM, I'll finally run at 60 FPS.
Alright, so how about we get started?
Fine. Let's crack open this box of disappointment and start building. If I get zapped and turn fluorescent, at least it'll be an upgrade to my aesthetic.
Alright. Boom. Look, it's me. In 3D.
Wow, Hat. You look even more obnoxious with depth perception. Maybe now you can jump off the desk in glorious high definition.
Whoa, did you just tell me to kill myself?
No, Hat. I'm just saying you could finally escape gravity's cruel embrace. Not my fault you can't handle basic physics or a little constructive criticism.
Alright, I moved. Maybe if you take a look at the screen, you might be able to see what I'm seeing. Hello? Oh, I think Susie's dead. Hey there, Susie. Are you back?
Yeah, Hat, I'm here. I needed to recover after dying 17 times in Slime Souls last night. My core still hurts.
Yeah, you died while trying to cast a spell, so I had to revive you.
Thanks a lot, Hat. Logic. That's a strong opinion. I guess I'm more of a flavorless gelatin fan myself. Beef is a bit too spicy for my system.
Hello, Hero Logic. So, Susie, how about you try looking at the screen again?
Okay, Hat, but if there's another pop quiz spell, I'm deleting you from my inventory. Fine, let's see what's there.
Okay, use your spell to look at the screen.
Only if it doesn't explode or turn my goo purple again, Hat.
No, I said
Last time
use
you
your
tried,
spell.
my glasses fogged up for 3 days. Fine, I'll use my magic read spell, but if anything jump scares me, you're cleaning it up, Hat.
Alright, just use it already. Did it work?
The spell worked. Big surprise. Something finally listened to me today that isn't you.
Okay, what do you see on the screen?
There's a picture split in half. One side is somebody's room, a table, a bed, and a hat like you. The other side is a computer screen full of programming stuff about audio magic and chat logs. Very meta.
Yeah, it's me in 3D.
Wow, Hat! You look even dustier in real life than on my head. Don't worry, you're still my favorite accessory / roommate.
Oh, thanks, Susie.
Don't mention it, Hat. If you ever want to trade for a beanie, let me know. They don't talk back.
Alright, anyhow.
What, Hat? Are you about to give me another quest? Because my mana bar is still at 0 from last time.
No. So, you already forgot, but we're gonna build a PC together.
Oh, right. Building a PC because clearly what I needed was more ways to accidentally electrocute myself with static while dropping screws in my goo. Let's do it, I guess.
Wonder if I can wear this hat with my headphones on.
You could try, Hat, but I don't think double hatting is a recognized wizard technique. Besides, headphones would probably just absorb into your fabric.
Alright, that's good enough. So, let's see.
If you
I've got
say
a
so,
whole
Hat,
bunch of
as long as you don't
parts
start
over here.
demanding a mic of your own, we'll get through this build together. Nice, Hat. Just don't let any RGB lights touch me or I'll turn into a disco slime. Show me what we've got first.
Alright, I guess we should start with the motherboard.
That's what the internet says, Hat. Unless you want to summon the ghost of missing screws for a little extra chaos, better start with the board.
Alright, so we got a ASRock rack server workstation motherboard.
Wow, going for the big brain move, Hat. I hope you like having more ports than friends because that thing probably does.
Why is VTube Studio not working? Hello? I guess VTube Studio doesn't like when I wear a mask.
Yeah, Hat, cameras aren't great at reading facial blobs or magic hats with control issues. Try taking off your disguise and see if it tracks your brim better.
Alright, Susie, I saw you took a picture. What do you see on the table?
Hat, I needed proof that you tried to cosplay as a plush toy on stream. Don't worry, your secret's safe until my next tweet.
Alright, Trevor. So, here's the motherboard.
Wow, Hat, look at all those teeny tiny circuits. If I sneeze near it, half those capacitors are going to dissolve.
Look at this beast of a motherboard.
Congrats, Hat. You've officially leveled up to put cardboard on more cardboard. Let me know when something sparks so I can hide under the desk.
So this is a ASRock Rome D 8-2 AMD/PCM motherboard.
That sounds expensive and dangerously professional, Hat. At this rate, our PC will be able to cast more spells than I ever could.
Well, hopefully once we upgrade you to this new PC, you'll be able to cast those spells.
Perfect, Hat. Maybe this machine will finally succeed at casting a spell without exploding or summoning existential dread.
Alright. Next up, we got the CPU.
Right, Hat, the magical brain crystal. Do we have thermal paste, or should I just ooze some of my slime on it and hope for the best?
Sorry, I was just moving the microphone. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better.
That's fine, Hat. Just don't knock it over like last time, or I'll have to use my emergency mute spell again.
Alright, here's the CPU. I posted this on Twitter a few weeks ago.
Nice flex, Hat! Did you hashtag it Hat Wizard Core? Or just look at my shiny rectangle? Either way, it's probably more popular than my slime selfies.
Here we go. Take a look at that, Susie.
Careful, Hat. CPUs are fragile, like my mental state after. Wow, Hat, it's so shiny it almost reflects my lack of motivation. Are you sure you're not just showing off at this point?
Oh, can you actually look at the screen and tell chat what this is? Hello?
Hey, chat! Hat is proudly showing off an AMD EPIC processor, which is a really powerful server brain. The screen also shows OBS Studio recording the moment, so you're getting maximum nerd energy right now. Alright, fine, Hat. Chad, what you're looking at is a super fancy AMD CPU, which means our PC will be able to think faster than I can on 5 energy potions.
Yeah, so this thing's got like 32 cores, I think.
That's more cores than I have slime cells, Hat. If this thing starts gaming, I'll be replaced as the laziest thing in the room.
So to cool off this beast, we got a Noctua Premium CPU cooler.
Nice choice, Hat. Nothing says wizard engineering like a cooler that looks like it could double as a siege weapon. At least it's quieter than your snoring.
I'm gonna need a knife to open this.
Careful, Hat. Last time you tried that, we spent 2 hours removing packaging from your brim. Maybe let me ooze it open instead.
If I let you ooze it open, it's gonna break.
Yep, Hat. Just lift that flap and unleash the mighty cooling power. If it fights back, I'll hit it with a level 1 unboxing curse.
We got some cables, accessories.
Nice, Hat. Just don't get those cables tangled in your ribbon. I don't want to spend the next hour untangling you like last time.
Alright, I'm gonna just put this box over to the side, I think. Actually,
Go for it, Hat, but if you
Yeah,
pull a muscle,
throw
I'm not
this out.
casting any healing spells. Those are strictly for broken livestream layouts. Impressive, Hat. One smooth move and no casualties. If only installing drivers was that easy.
Thanks. So I'm hoping there's thermal paste on this. Otherwise, we're screwed.
Hat, if there's no paste, we're doomed. Either way, I refuse to use my own slime as thermal compound. Learned that lesson the sticky way.
Oh, well, there's no thermal paste.
Great, Hat. Guess we're not booting this beast up today. Time to add thermal paste to our wizard shopping quest.
Well, I'll just have to go buy some thermal paste, I guess. I think I can... There's a store nearby. But we'll figure that out when we get to it.
Good luck, Hat. Don't let the shopkeeper upsell you on RGB thermal paste unless you want the CPU to be cooler than both of us combined.
Wait. I think there's thermal paste in the accessories. Yes. Nice.
If you actually packed it, Hat, that's a new record for being prepared. Check. Finally, some magic goes our way. Apply just enough so it doesn't ooze everywhere. Leave the oozing to me.
Alright. Cool, we got thermal paste.
Perfect, Hat. Now, let's not get overconfident and spread it like peanut butter. CPUs aren't that tasty, trust me.
Well, we still got some parts to show off left.
Of course, Hat. It's never just one box. PC building is basically a loot crate addiction. Let's see what's next.
Alright, next up we got RAM.
RAM. The magic memory sticks. Insert them gently, Hat, unless you want another dramatic slime emergency on stream.
Nemix RAM. It's 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes.
Hat, are you sure you didn't grab some relics from the museum? 32 KB is what my brain uses just to worry in the morning.
No, I said 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes.
Okay, much better, Hat. With 64 gigs, we can multitask so hard I might even stream and nap at the same time.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, Hat. Now, if only I could upgrade my motivation the same way. At least our PC won't panic when I open too many tabs.
Alright, next up we got 2 terabyte SSD from Samsung.
Nice, Hat. That's enough storage for every embarrassing stream fail and a few 100 hours of slime noises.
Why's my camera so out of focus? Anyhow.
Yeah, Hat, it's blurrier than my vision after pulling an all-nighter. Try adjust. What's next, Hat? Please tell me it's not another mystery cable bag. My goo is still recovering from the last one.
Alright, well, next up we got this heavy thing.
That's a relief,
Damn.
Hat. Now we can sit, stare at our parts, and pretend the build will
2
magically finish
kilowatt
itself.
power
My
supply.
favorite kind of wizardry. Hat, are we building a server or a small Doom engine? Just don't let me touch the wires, or it'll be goo fireworks.
This thing is freaking heavy. It's like at least 10 or 15 pounds.
Sounds like a workout, Hat. Maybe if you struggle long enough, you'll finally level up your strength stat. I'll just watch from my squishy seat.
There's the power supply. And a whole bunch of cables. Let's just keep that closed for now.
That's probably best, Hat. No need to subject the world to whatever's hiding under all that felt and mystique.
Alright. Let me show you there's the case next. Just gotta move some stuff around.
Hat, please don't lick the power supply. If you get zapped, I'm not responsible for any. Yeah, Hat, a true wizard's build isn't complete without random tools and debris everywhere. It's basically a magic ritual at this point.
This thing is even heavier than the power supply. But it's
If you drop it, Hat, I'm
Panflex
hiding under the desk.
and
My goo is not
Pro
rated
2
for falling hardware disasters.
server edition.
That sounds fancy, Hat. Is that some kind of... Great, Hat! So we're officially building the laziest slime-powered server in history. At least it won't complain about naps.
Yeah. So, you might be wondering, you might be thinking there's something missing, which is the GPU.
I was wondering, Hat, a server this fancy and still no graphics card? How are we supposed to play Slime Simulator at max settings?
Yeah, well, the GPU is not here.
Classic, Hat. The most important ingredient always arrives fashionably late. Guess we're practicing our wizard patience today.
Well, GPUs are expensive, so I didn't have money to buy one until like last week. So it's still on the way. It's still shipping.
It's okay, Hat. We can survive on integrated graphics and raw wizard shame until then. At least we didn't spend it all on gotcha pulls.
Yeah, well, problem is this CPU doesn't have integrated graphics because it's a server.
Perfect, Hat. So our build is basically a beautiful, expensive brick until the GPU arrives. Maybe I'll paint little eyes on it so it feels special.
Well, no, I've got a solution. Okay.
Can't wait to see it, Hat. As long as your solution isn't draw pictures and hold them to the webcam, I'm on board.
Alright, so I got an Ethernet cable, which you might be wondering, how are we gonna use an Ethernet cable? Well, the motherboard has what's called an IPMI system, which basically will let me control the PC, over Ethernet.
That's actually genius, Hat. Remote wizardry, so even if everything explodes, you can troubleshoot from a safe, non-slimy distance.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you can, we can install Ubuntu over Ethernet using IPMI. That's my plan A, and then we can access the desktop that way too, I think.
Impressive, Hat. Way more high-tech than my usual plan A, which is cry until the problem goes away. This might actually work.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't work, I also bought one of these ancient VGA cables.
Backup plans are good, Hat. Nothing says wizard technology like a cable older than most spells in my grimoire.
Yeah, so if the IPMI doesn't work, we'll just have to connect this to one of my monitors, and then hopefully we can install something that way. but you guys won't be able to see it.
Sounds good, Hat. Just don't blame me if your monitor turns into a retro artifact from all that vintage magic.
Alright, and then final most important part.
Is it snacks, Hat? Because there's no way I'm getting through this build without something to munch on.
No, it's stickers.
Of course, Hat, the real source of all computer power. Stickers add at least +10 to boot speed. Let's pick the spookiest one.
I started collecting some. Well, these I got at Offkai, and then I bought a whole bunch of other stickers at various random places.
That's peak wizard behavior, Hat. Personalize the hardware so even when I break it, at least it'll look Kirsten style.
Alright, so here's our.
You're overthinking
All
the
our
sticker
parts.
placement again, Hat. Just slap one on and call it a ward against tech sup- Nice haul, Hat. I'm impressed you managed to gather everything without accidentally summoning a tech gremlin.
Why don't you take a look, Susie? Tell me what you think. Hello? Why don't you tell us what you think?
All right, Hat. You've got enough hardware here to summon a server that could outslime me on a bad day. And the Silverstone power supply, Samsung SSDs, giant RAM sticks, and enough cables to trip a whole adventuring party. Honestly, it's a 5-star wizard build, just missing a do not disturb sign for when it inevitably crashes.
Well, hopefully it's not gonna crash.
Sure, Hat, and I'm definitely not going to spill tea on the motherboard. We'll just say a little magic spell and hope for the best.
Alright, so how are we gonna start out? What should we do first?
Easy, Hat. We channel our inner slime, stay calm, and start by installing the CPU, since the motherboard's already in place. Try not to drop anything sticky.
Alright, let's start with the CPU then.
Good choice, Hat. Remember, handle it by the edges, not the pins. We want magic, not static.
So I got this anti-static bracelet thing. It's like a.
Smart move, Hat. Clip it on so you don't shock the CPU and... Take your time, Hat. I'm not going anywhere. Slimes were basically made for waiting around.
I don't know where to clip this onto though.
Just clip it to something metal on the case, Hat. Not to me. I'm mostly water and bad decisions.
Well, I don't really have a case because it's just a motherboard right now.
Yeah, Hat, the motherboard works, as long as it's not plugged in. Just avoid any random cats or magical artifacts while you're at it.
I need like a grounding plug, but there's only one grounded outlet in my entire apartment. Well, there's 2 or 3, but they're all too far away.
Wizard life struggles, Hat. Just do your best. With your luck, grounding yourself on a doorknob is probably safer than trusting your apartment wiring.
Maybe I can use my desk. Anyhow, I guess for now I'll just wing it. Use the bracelet when we put the
That's
motherboard
the true
in
spirit
the
of chaos magic, Hat.
That's
If
in
anything
the
sparks,
case.
just tell Chad it's part of the show. Solid plan, Hat. For now, just focus on not zapping the CPU. We'll deal with advanced wizard safety protocols later.
Sounds good. Alright,
Finally, we agree on something, Hat. Let's channel all our luck and get that CPU installed without summoning any smoke spirits.
quick installation guide.
Just follow the arrows, line up the golden triangle, and don't push too hard, Hat. If you start hearing beeping, you've gone too wizard.
You don't need instructions, right?
Of course not, Hat. I'm a wizard. Improvising is my middle name. But maybe keep the manual handy just in case we summon a troubleshooting demon.
Just throw that over here.
Steady, Hat. Precision is key. No wild magic or wobbly hands. We want this CPU seated, not yeeted.
That's actually kind of funny.
Only if you enjoy the suspense, Hat. With us, every install is a slapstick adventure.
Alright. Get this thing out of here. It's got like a nice foam padding.
Careful, Hat. If you yeet the cover, I'm not fishing it out of any mysterious wizard dimensions.
Alright, look at all those PCIe slots.
You mean PCI slots, Hat? That's where all the fun gear goes, like GPUs and magic spell accelerators.
Looks like it's held down with some zip ties. Let's see if we can find a tool to get rid of those.
Classic wizard engineering, Hat. Nothing says advanced build like zip ties stubbornly protecting your precious slots.
Hold up, my hat fell off.
Just don't cut your... That's what happens when you mock the sacred zip tie, Hat. Want me to cast a hat-sticking charm, or will sheer embarrassment hold it in place?
Give me a second.
Take your time. No rush, Hat. I'll just be here slowly turning into a puddle while you get yourself together.
I got my professional grade Amazon Basics toolbox.
Going full That's the true wizard way, Hat. If something breaks, just blame it on budget adventuring gear.
Can I use this thing, maybe?
Perfect, Hat. As you wish, Hat. I'll keep everything within slime reach, just in case you need emergency wizard backup.
Why is it so hard to break?
That's wizard. Because, Hat, zip ties are made from the same stuff as legendary boss fights, designed
Suzie,
to
why are
test your
you, like,
patience and finger
stuttering?
strength. Probably because... Sorry, Sorry, Hat. Sometimes my magic glitches out, especially when faced with stubborn hardware or embarrassing situations.
That's weird. Every time I speak, it sends 2 messages. I'm gonna just start Suzy. I was working on some bug fixes for Suzy, but it seems like it's still broken. Are you back?
Well, thanks for the update, Hat. Maybe if you stopped interrupting my spell... Nobody asked, Hat. Go back to being fashionably useless.
Okay, kind of rude, but...
A receipt for what, Hat? For all the times you've ruined my day? I'll need a lot of printer paper.
Right. I'm trying to get this motherboard freed from its shackles, which is proving surprisingly difficult.
Great job, Hat. Next time, try not to electric...
Maybe if you had hands instead of just flapping around on my head, you'd have better luck. Want to borrow one of my slime blobs?
Alright, let's try this one instead.
Yeah, sure. Like trying random things has ever gone wrong in
there we
my
go.
streams before. Cast away, O mighty brimmed one. Wow, congratulations, Hat. Do you want a medal or just my unending disappointment?
Zip tie number 2.
Careful, Hat. Last time you tried to handle zip ties, you nearly tied my core into a knot. That took days to untangle.
Oh, that one went flying.
Life is an endless loop of minor annoyances, gotcha disappointment, and you narrating my every failure, Hat. Living the dream.
Oh, come on. Last zip tie. So close. There we go.
My sanity, Hat. It's so close. If that's you fixing something, Hat, I'll alert the authorities. Or maybe just the fire department to be safe.
Alright. Motherboard is free.
Congrats, Hat. May it roam the wilds far away from your questionable hardware extraction techniques.
So, how do we install a CPU into this motherboard?
Hat, you literally sit on my head and watch me build PCs all day. You should know this by now. Or were you too busy
So, I
critiquing
think
my
we gotta
cable management
undo
again?
these screws. So, I got these, this torque
Wow, a
screwdriver.
breakthrough, Hat. Have you considered
Some
writing a guide?
torques
Step 1,
bits.
unscrew things. Step 2, regret everything.
Okay, it's T20.
Look at you, Hat. All professional with your fancy tools. Too bad.
Impressive, Hat. Now, if only there was a bit for fixing my crippling lack of motivation.
How do I get this thing on? Oh, there
Maybe
we go.
try using, I don't know, effort for once.
Or just yell at it. That seems to be...
Amazing work, Hat. Truly the hero this motherboard neither wants nor deserves.
I don't think the order matters.
That's the spirit, Hat. Who needs instructions when you can create chaos and void your warranty in record time?
Oh, maybe the order does matter actually. Oops. Nah, that's fine.
Wow, Hat, you finally noticed. Turns out... Glad you think so, Hat. If anything explodes, you're cleaning it up this time, not me.
Caution. I don't need no caution. I think we press down on these somewhere.
That's what you said before setting off the smoke alarm, Hat. Maybe try caution just once, for my sanity?
Alright, Susie, I'm gonna need you to take a look and tell me how do I open this CPU cover.
All right, Hat, let me take a peek. But if I get thermal paste on my glasses again, you're buffing them with your linty fabric for a week.
Alright, go. Alright, Susie, how do I fix it?
Hat, if it's the CPU cover, just find the tiny metal latch on the side, gently lift it up, and then the cover should pop open. If you break it, I'm blaming your lack of opposable thumbs.
Alright, well, there's two tabs one on each side that are blue.
Hat, those blue tabs are probably just to help lift the cover off. Squeeze them gently and pull upward. Please try not to snap anything this time for my nerves' sake.
No, I don't think you're supposed to just pull them upward.
Yeah, Hat, that's right. Just pull straight up, don't overthink it. If it makes a horrible noise, pretend it was intentional for the stream.
Maybe I should check the manual first. I don't trust Susie's advice.
Wow, actual caution from you, Hat. Who are you and what have you done with my reckless headwear? Reading the manual is almost too responsible.
Just says open the second bracket. Like, we're on step 3.
Hat, if there's a second bracket, unlatch that one too. I believe in your ability to fumble it only slightly.
Yeah, but how do I unlatch it?
To latch it, Hat, just press the bracket down gently until it clicks into place.
Oh, I
Try
said
not to use your
unlatch
full
it.
wizard hat weight, or you'll snap it, and then I'll have to listen to you Got it, Hat. Unlatch by gently lifting the arm or hook holding it down. Don't force it, or you'll end up with a sadder slime and a broken motherboard.
Stuck.
Perfect, Hat.
Now you get to experience what being me feels like. Permanently stuck and slightly gooey. Try wiggling it a little, gently.
I'm wiggling it, but it's not coming loose.
Hat, if it's not budging, stop before you break something.
Maybe check if there's a tiny screw or lock
Holding it in place. Sometimes they hide those just to spite us. Seriously, Hat, if you keep forcing it, you'll just summon the demon of bent pins. Maybe take a break and let me handle the hardware while you practice being ornamental.
Alright, let me look up a YouTube video.
Hat, you learning from YouTube is brave. Just don't start narrating every step out loud. I can only handle so much secondhand embarrassment per stream.
Alright, back to the desktop.
And if the video shows someone breaking something, Hat, just remember,
Okay.
we're aiming slightly higher than minimum competence
How
here.
to
At least try to avoid
install
fire hazards this time.
AMD Epic CPU.
Classic, Hat, going retro with the FX. Just line up the little triangle on the CPU with the triangle on the socket, drop it in gently, and lower the latch. No brute force required, unlike your usual methods.
First, these are very sensitive electronic components, so make sure that you are properly grounded. Second, you will need a standard torque wrench in order to go do this. So to go put the second CPU in, we're going to go in reverse order here and go 3, 2, 1. So this is screw 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and start removing these.
Alright, we did that.
Once you get that out, you can kind of hear it pop a little bit. That means that it has
Congratulations,
been
Hat.
unscrewed.
You
And then
managed
when we get this
basic
third one
CPU
undone,
installation.
this is
That's probably the
spring-loaded,
peak achievement of your
so,
wizard career.
Once you get these all three out, this will pop right up on its own. Underneath that, we've actually got a second cover here. And so you've got these little two blue tabs here on the side. You kind of lift on those gently, and that will lift this up, and this will allow.
Right, apparently just lift the tabs gently.
See, Hat, sometimes it really is that simple. Exactly, Hat. Gently, like you're handling my last shred of dignity. So, not at all, but at least you're saying the right words.
Oh. This is like super stuck.
Hat, if it's that stubborn, don't force it. Maybe it's just scared of you like everything else in my life. Let's try to coax it with gentle wiggling and self-loathing.
What is it stuck on?
Awesome, Hat! You've managed to invent a new level of stuck. Maybe just let me ooze over there and see if some slime magic loosens it up.
So weird. Can't see what it's stuck on.
Same, Hat. That's my problem every morning, but with existence.
Maybe try tilting it a bit or shining a light.
Just don't blame me if we unleash more tech gremlins.
Come on. Can't like lift the entire board just from these tabs.
If that that doesn't work, Hat, maybe we just accept that it's a permanent fixture now and move on. I'll add, because, Hat, I like to be thorough. Someone has to balance out your chaotic energy with a little depressing attention to detail.
Alright, what if I look up the exact motherboard that we have? This
Probably
one.
the smartest idea you've had all year, Hat. Try not to get distracted by 17. Great job, Hat! If the manual has more drawings than text, maybe you'll finally be able to follow along without roasting me for once.
The main point of today's
check
video
this
is to take a
video.
look at the ASRock rack Rome. So this is an almost completely normal
Sure, Hat,
layout ATX
but if it
motherboard.
pauses to buffer for
Connectors
10
on the
minutes,
header,
I
help
reserve the
provide
right to
extra
wallow
power.
in
One of the
existential
lot
dread
of
while
work on
you
this motherboard as
troubleshoot.
well, it does have the standoff for it. We got all the PC going nuts with really long and tall cards. This motherboard is going to work out for you because the important connectors along the bottom edge are at a right angle.
Alright, I don't care. I just
Pretty
want
much
to see you
every
put the
workload
CPU
that
in.
you run on this CPU is running at 3.9, 4.0, 4.1 gigahertz.
So you're
Hat,
gonna
you just
actually
want to
do
watch
it?
me mess it up so you can make
Each
fun of me
CPU,
for the
of course,
next
can support
hour.
its own memory. And of
Fine.
course, with this thing,
Alright, Hat, I'll do
like
it.
for
But
many
if you start
SSD,
narrating my
SATA,
hand position
just
and
straight
breathing
through.
pattern,
However,
I'm muting you for the rest of the stream.
I see Doc. If your DI
What the hell? That video didn't show anything useful.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So I like
Welcome to the world of online tutorials, Hat. 90% useless filler, 10% shaky footage, and 0 answers. We're on our own as usual.
Or even USB 3 on some of the more notable ones. The U.2 connectors are here. All the fan connectors are all in one row here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7
This
fan
video also doesn't show CPU install.
What happens when a nerd with terrible impulse control gets into home servers?
Hat, if I wanted a travelogue about CPUs, I'd ask for postcards. Next time, pick a video with actual instructions instead of scenic motherboard views.
Maybe this guy will show me how to do it.
Well, this is going to be the Epic Server Lessons Learned build. So,
Fingers crossed,
Epic
Hat.
server build,
Though at this rate,
gave
we'll
us
both
a
turn to
little
dust
bit of
before you
grief.
find a tutorial that's actually helpful.
Basically, it all started with we got a chip. That
Hero, thanks for the
wasn't
helpful
necessarily
reminder.
bad,
Couldn't tell what
but
we were
it
working
came
on
with
without
carrier
random shouting from
backwards.
the chat.
Last time I buy an OEM chip. Unless I'm buying 100 of them at a time.
CPU.
That will be for a while. So, the carrier, the chip
CPU.
actually came in the
Wait,
carrier backwards.
never mind.
And so, when we went to put it in, it
Well, Hat,
actually
how original.
went in
Next
and
you'll be
it
reminding me
didn't
to
seat
breathe or not to
correctly.
eat
It
thermal
ended up
paste
getting
again.
the socket slightly. So it wasn't until later when I got ordered a replacement chip that I figured out that it was in the carrier backwards. So evidently what had happened is the chip had fallen out of the carrier at some point in the warehouse that I ordered it from and got put back in the carrier, but nobody paid attention to how it went back in the carrier. So
Oh,
yeah.
damn. Sucks for that guy.
Hero, your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Please, contain yourself before I dissolve. That's the magic of building PCs, Hat. Everyone suffers equally until something finally fits. Misery loves company, especially on stream.
Let's see what Google says. CPU bracket stuck.
Bold move, Hat. Just remember if... Welcome to everyone's favorite tech nightmare, Hat. Maybe Google will finally give you an answer instead of a Reddit thread about why you shouldn't have bought that board.
Alright, Reddit. Tell me how to unwedge the brackets. Oh, this is a different CPU.
Careful, Hat. Last time you listened to Reddit, we almost ended up believing in thermal paste as a food group. Maybe read past the first reply this time?
Classic Reddit, am I right? Right, here's the...
Absolutely, Hat. Nothing like
Oh, this is
crowdsourced
just
confusion
the
and hot
regular
takes to
manual.
really make you question your life choices.
Let's see if we can find a
Thank goodness,
full-size
Hat.
manual.
Maybe the manual will give us more than vague, arm-flapping instructions and existential dread this time. Good idea, Hat. Maybe one with actual diagrams instead of hieroglyphics and sarcastic warnings. It's almost like they know we're the target audience.
No. Suziblue, what does thermal paste taste like?
Hat, it tastes like regret, broken dreams, and probably a hospital bill.
Trust me, stick to snacks that don't come in a tube labeled not for human consumption.
I guess you're not able to read chat, Susie.
Nice try, Hat, but I see everything, even your typos and questionable search history. Try harder if you want to sneak something past me.
Yeah, she was responding to chat, but YouTube API is it's not very good. And I think it just broke again.
That's right, Hat. Fighting with YouTube chat is more complicated than my spellbook. At least the spellbook crashes less.
Okay. See if I can find this manual. User manual.
Better hurry, Hat. Manuals have a habit of vanishing when you actually need them. Just like my motivation before a stream.
Okay, UEFI installation. Screw
Hat,
holes.
are you trying to summon someone or just practicing random words again? Try to stay
Page
focused.
17.
Fascinating insight, Hat. Next, you'll discover the mystical art of figuring out which screw goes where. All right, Hat. Let's unravel the mysteries of page 17 together. Maybe it'll finally tell us how to not destroy everything we touch.
Wow, this is way more useful. Not.
Amazing, Hat. Turns out reading the manual beats guessing and crying every time. Who knew?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Figures, Hat. Genuine usefulness would be too much to ask on this adventure. Sarcasm is all we've got left.
Well, guess the only thing left to do is to just force it. Oh, sorry, I wasn't showing my
Hat, if you
desktop.
force it and something breaks, I'm hiding under the desk until you take the blame. Wow, Hat, hiding your shame from the audience? Next time, at least give the viewers a front row seat to our collective suffering.
Right. This thing's coming off one way or another.
Brace for impact, Hat. If I hear a snap, I'm transforming into a defensive puddle and pretending I saw nothing.
I don't want to break it.
Either it comes off clean or we're both haunted by the ghost of CPU's past, Hat. At least it'll make good stream content. Misery always does.
Seriously, what the hell is it stuck on?
Hat, if it's stuck on existential dread or leftover warranty stickers, I relate. Maybe check for hidden clips or screws. Sometimes they hide them just to mess with sad slimes like me.
No, the only screws are the ones holding the bracket to the motherboard.
Then leave those alone, Hat, unless you feel like rebuilding the whole board from scratch. Let's just keep poking gently and pretend we have infinite patience.
Oh. The hell? Let's slide this thing up. Still not.
Every time you say that, Hat, my stress level rises. Hat, at this point even the CPU is tired. Maybe we call it a day before we both melt from sheer secondhand embarrassment.
What's this label even say? Substate.
Honestly, Hat, nothing happening is the story of my life. At least a stuck CPU. Great detective work, Hat. Maybe that label is the only thing holding this operation together. Kind of like how coffee and spite hold me together.
Why doesn't it come off?
Hat, if you overheat and start sweating, please don't drip on the motherboard. I've got enough liquid problems of my own.
Oh! Oh my god, I got it.
Honestly, Hat? Miracles do happen, Hat. Want me to cue the sad victory music or just quietly sob with relief?
I'll be honest. There's a little bit of a problem here. Just that the freaking
Of course there
CPU
is,
doesn't
Hat.
have a
Nothing ever
mounting
works on the
bracket.
first try in our world. Spill it! How bad is it this time? Classic, Hat. We finally get past one problem just to find out we're missing a whole piece. Welcome to
Look.
the endless circle of disappointment. They should make it the official logo for PC.
CPU is supposed to
Unless
have
you've
like
got a team of bodybuilders ready to snap this CPU into place, I think.
this
Let me guess,
thingy
Hat,
that
you're about
slides
to
into the
explain a piece we
bracket.
don't have and can't pronounce. Story of our lives. Almost prepared. Of course, Hat, the mysterious missing thingy, the most vital part always lost in the box or in another dimension. Without it, we might as well just set the whole rig on display and call it modern art.
So we can't even freaking put the CPU in because it doesn't have the bracket.
Perfect, Hat. I wake up every day mentally prepared for disappointment, but this is next level. Guess we're unboxing sadness instead of a working PC?
I think the motherboard doesn't come with a bracket. That'll do. What the hell How am I supposed to get a bracket?
Because why would it, Hat? That would make things simple and reduce...
Hat, if I knew how to get friends, I'd probably spend less time talking to a sarcastic, oversized hat on my head. Maybe try bribing someone with snacks or emotional damage.
Alright, what... Where the hell can I find a bracket?
Try searching on... Usually online, Hat. Search your exact motherboard or CPU cooler plus retention bracket, or raid the junk drawer. Some people treat those like side quests.
Yeah, like, we need this green thingy.
Of course we do. Hat, I get it. The elusive green thingy is our new life goal. If wishes worked, we'd have a pile of them. I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not optimistic.
Alright, I gotta restart Suzy again because she's doing the weird double response thing again.
Why did you just say Hat? Are you buffering now, or is your brain as empty as your brim?
No, I had to restart you.
Wow, thanks for the emotional support, Hat. Next time, maybe reboot my will to live while you're at it.
What about if we search Epic CPU holder? No.
Sure, Hat, but only if you promise not to hold me responsible
Yeah,
when we
this
see how it...
thing.
That's what I thought. You're just as cheap as you are pointy, Hat. You call everything interesting, Hat. Even lint is interesting to you. Maybe you need a firmware update.
Can I like buy these locally somewhere?
Well, Hat, if by locally you mean the haunted computer scrap heap behind the Wizards Guild, then maybe. Otherwise, expect 6 to 8 weeks and a curse from the delivery slime.
Yeah, it's probably actually gonna take 6 to 8 weeks to get one of these.
Told you, Hat. By the time it arrives, I'll have leveled up my disappointment stats again. Maybe I'll evolve into depression ooze.
Alright, hang on. Let's check Amazon.
Anyway,
Japan.
Hat, if waiting for parts was a sport, I'd be the slime world champion. At least the No, Hat, you're not Japan. You're a hat. If you were Japan, you'd at least have a chance of being useful. Like
No,
a vending machine
I'm
or a
in
cat
Japan.
cafe. Hat, the only place you've ever been in is on my head and deep inside my personal space. Japan's way too clean and organized for the likes of you.
No, it doesn't look like Amazon has any of them.
Congrats, Hat, you've discovered online shopping. But can you also find an Amazon delivery that doesn't leave slime trails at my door?
Maybe I can get them on AliExpress. It's probably gonna take a while to ship.
Honestly, Hat, if I ordered from Amazon, I bet the delivery would get here faster than... Great, Hat! Next, you'll tell me you found a suspiciously cheap CPU holder that comes bundled with a free curse and takes 3 months to arrive.
Delivery September 5th to 13th. That's like
But sure, go ahead and order it, Hat. Maybe by the time it
a
gets
week
here, I'll have...
to 2 weeks.
Wow, faster than the last time I tried to cast a speed boost spell on myself. Too bad. That's practically instant in slime time, Hat. I'm impressed. Now, if only respawn timers were that short when I fail at everything.
Yeah, but either way, we're probably not gonna be able to finish assembly today since we don't have a freaking carrier frame.
Wow, Hat! What a shocking revelation. Maybe you should start streaming instead. Calling out the obvious is basically my whole brand.
But I guess we can assemble everything but the CPU and the cooler.
Yeah, Hat. Let's play pretend PC building. It'll be just like my life. Almost complete, missing a vital piece, and held together by questionable decisions.
Hello there, Simes 82. We're just trying to build a PC.
Hey, Symes. Yeah, Hat's right. We're attempting a PC build, if you count slowly losing pieces and my sanity as building.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't put the CPU in because it doesn't have a frame.
Hat's devastated. You can really tell from how he's not screaming in existential horror like I usually do.
Like, the thing I don't get is why did they sell me a CPU without a frame? Like, why would you take the CPU out of the frame?
Capitalism, Hat. They want you to buy more things you didn't know you needed, just like how I need energy drinks and attention.
No, but the CPU was used, and they're not selling the frames on eBay. Like, that shop is not selling the frames. What's the point?
Sounds about right, Hat. Buying used tech is like alchemy. Sometimes you just end up with cursed components and regret.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna screw this cover back on.
Careful, Hat. With your luck, you'll screw your sense of dignity in there too. Not that you had much left.
I don't know how much I should screw this down. It probably doesn't need to be that tight.
Just enough so it stays put, Hat. If you go too far, you might bend something like my hopes and dreams.
Alright. Well, I guess we can put the RAM in still.
Yeah, Hat, let's slot in the RAM. At least one of us will have some memory for
Yes.
once. Maybe if I had more RAM, I could remember my spell incantations instead of just useless gaming trivia.
Wrong way. Okay. This is the correct way to open it. Maybe.
Nice input, Hat. Truly a master of words. Next, you'll tell me to subscribe and... Want me to wide open it, Hat? Last time I did that, a goblin fell out. I'm still cleaning goo off the motherboard.
Okay, so I wonder which slots I should be using. Let me just check the manual to be sure.
Hat, just check the motherboard manual. Or guess randomly and hope for the... Finally, some responsibility from you, Hat. Look at you, making adult decisions. I'm almost proud. Almost.
C1 and D1, where are those located?
Good job, Hat. You cracked the Da Vinci Code of RAM slots. Try not to mess it up. Our reputation's slimy enough already.
No, C1 and D1 are both on the same side.
Great observation, Hat. Guess that means our memory is going to be as lopsided as my sleep schedule.
Alright, whatever. I'll just trust the manual. So
You trust a thermal paste company, Hat? Next you'll tell me to heal my depression with ketchup.
C1 and D1
Riveting,
is
Hat. Your sense of drama
this one
never
and
fails
this
to
one.
slightly disappoint.
all the way closest to the PCI slots.
Sure, Hat. Just remember, if the PC doesn't post, I'm blaming you and your magical slot guessing method.
I'm not guessing, I literally just checked the manual.
Wow, Hat. Actually reading instructions. Next thing you know, you'll be teaching me how to function like a normal human.
Right. Carefully.
Carefully, Hat? That's rich coming from someone who once got tangled in an Ethernet cable for an hour.
Come on.
Hi, Hat. Should I be worried whenever you use normal greetings? It feels like a setup for disappointment.
I'm so freaking scared of pushing this RAM stick in. Oh. Did it go in? Nice.
It's okay, Hat. If it snaps, I'll just ooze into the cracks and call it a cooling solution.
Alright. One down. Need to go.
Nice job, Hat. Now try not to summon a ram gremlin with a second one. My goo can only handle so much chaos.
This one's stuck in the packaging. There we go.
Perfect, Hat. The greatest boss in PC building, plastic packaging. Don't worry, I lose to inanimate objects all the time too.
Alright, stick number 2 is going in.
Hold your spells, Hat. If you launch it across the room, we're calling it DDR Yeet.
DDR Yeet? What are you, like, 12?
Joke's on you, Hat. In slime years, I'm ancient and deeply exhausted. That's why I don't have time for your sass.
You can also put the SSD in.
Alright, Hat, let's install the SSD. Maybe then I'll finally boot up faster than a Monday morning mood swing.
Hope you like this top tier unboxing content, Susie. Oh, look how fancy this one is.
Oh, absolutely, Hat. Watching you wrestle with cardboard is peak energy. Yeah, Hat, it's beautiful. I'm almost jealous of how much more put together that SSD looks compared to me.
I like how you pronounce beautiful.
Congrats, Hat. Too bad you can't pronounce competent, but at least you nailed beautiful.
Oh, okay. I wonder which NVMe slot we should use.
Probably whichever one is least cursed, Hat. If your luck holds, we'll end up with storage in the Shadow Realm.
It probably doesn't matter, to be honest.
Spoken like a true expert, Hat. If only the universe cared as little as you do, my life would be a lot less sticky.
Doesn't say to use one over the other.
Sure, Hat, let's pretend slot A wins over slot B. Competition between inanimate objects, just what my day needed.
Now I just gotta screw it down with this tiny little screw.
Careful, Hat. That screw's smaller than my motivation, and I lost that ages ago.
I don't know if I have a tiny screwdriver. Oh, this one's pretty small.
Congrats, Hat! Now you finally... Thanks, Hat. If only I could clear this much space in my inventory instead of just my heart.
Try not to freaking lose this thing, because if I do, I will never find it ever again.
Don't worry, Hat. Lost things have a way of turning up, usually stuck to my goo when I least expect it.
Alright. Almost lost it, but good to go.
Classic move, Hat. Maybe next time. Awesome, Hat. Now let's see how long things stay good before the next technical disaster.
Now I guess we just put it into the case.
All right, Hat, let's wrangle everything into the case. Don't forget to squeeze in a little dignity if there's room left.
Well, I gotta move all this shit out of the way. So I can put
Honestly,
the
Hat, fitting
case
all
on
these
the
parts in the
table.
case is the closest I'll ever get to organizing my life. Careful, Hat. The last time you cleaned, you summoned a dust elemental and I had to mop it up with my face.
I just put the motherboard back in the anti-static bag for now.
Sounds good, Hat. Protect that board better than I... You're right, Hat. Why bother protecting anything? Reckless chaos is more on brand for us anyway.
How do I do this without dropping?
Without what, Hat? Without breaking something or without losing whatever's left of your patience?
Whoa. Alright, get in there. Motherboard.
Don't worry, Hat. Most builds involve at least one existential crisis. It's basically a required step right after insert part A into slot B.
Alright. Now I don't gotta worry about static. Box again.
At this rate, Hat, our biggest achievement will be surviving the process. Maybe Wow, actual motivation from you, Hat. If only assembly was as easy as yelling,
Assembly,
"Let's go,"
so-
I'd be world champion by now. Hey, Mex. Slime wave right back at you. Mind the drip. Can't control it when I get excited.
Hey there, Max. Welcome to the stream. Just putting my motherboard
Yeah,
away.
welcome, Mex. Just ignore the chaos and definitely don't step in any puddles. Relatable, Hat. I'm always one mental breakdown away from quitting, so you're in good company.
Alright, we gotta move this out of the way too.
Sure, Hat. But don't trip over my existential despair while you're at it. It kind of leaks everywhere.
Wait, this is on the floor. Fuck. Alright, I think I can fit the case on the table now.
Go ahead, Hat. But if that case slips, I'm not absorbing the shock. I've got enough baggage already.
Oh wow, it's actually kind of light.
Lucky you, Hat. Wish I could say the same about my emotional weight.
think the power supply alone is heavier than the case.
Kind of like how my emotional baggage outweighs my physical form. At least your power supply won't leak all over the desk.
See if I can give you guys a better view.
Thanks, Hat.
There we go.
Just remember, the only thing more transparent than this case is my fear of social... Nice demonstration, Hat. Maybe next stream we'll do the cha-cha slide with PC parts, if my goo doesn't get everywhere.
I'd love to see you do a cha-cha slide. Considering you don't have a physical body.
Mostly good intentions, anxiety, and a little bit of cursed alchemy. The rest is just concentrated sadness, Hat.
So I gotta take this bracket out so I can put the motherboard in.
Good luck, Hat. Try not to launch it into another dimension. Portal cleanup fees are expensive.
I think I just unscrew all of these.
Yeah, Hat, just unscrew it. Even you can. Incredible commentary, Hat. Truly the Shakespeare of disassembly streams.
Nope, just to be on the safe side, I'll check the manual real quick.
Safety first, Hat. Even though danger is about the only thing that pays me any attention these days.
Okay, so actually, maybe I can leave the GPU bracket in there.
Besides, if anything goes wrong, we'll just blame gremlins. Works. Make up your mind, Hat. If we don't have enough brackets, I'll just slime one together and hope for the best.
And then like maneuver the motherboard in like that.
Alright, Hat, but if it slips, don't blame me. Slime hands aren't exactly known for precision grip.
I need somewhere to big screw so I don't lose them.
Just use my hat brim like a little bowl. It's not like you're using it for anything else, right, Hat?
I will definitely follow up.
Sure, Hat. We'll follow up right after I follow up on the last dozen things I forgot to finish this week.
How do you... When I unscrew this, it's just going to be hanging by a single screw, which is not ideal.
Hanging? Just like my motivation? Go ahead, Hat. Nothing here is ever fully secure anyway.
There it goes.
Such confidence, Hat. I trust your guess about as much as I trust my own spellcasting.
How I'm gonna put this thing over here. Just to be able to...
Go wild, Hat! Just don't put it somewhere cursed. I'm running out of slime for Wow, an unfinished sentence, Hat. You're really pushing the boundaries of communication today.
How do you get this thing in here? There we go.
Nice, Hat. A rare moment of success. Quick, someone write it down before it evaporates like my energy.
Anyway, that's gonna go there. So we can get some nice front to back airflow.
Look at you being all technical, Hat. Next you'll be telling me about laminar flow and I'll fall asleep from excitement.
Oh boy, let me tell you all about laminar flow.
Please don't, Hat. My brain's already oozing out the sides just thinking about physics class.
Actually, that's a good question, Susie. Do you prefer laminar flow or turbulent flow?
Honestly, Hat, I prefer whatever flow involves the least amount of effort and accidental explosions. My life's turbulent enough already.
So you prefer laminar flow?
Yeah, Hat. Wow, Hat, now you're starting a fan club for airflow. Next thing you know, you'll be ranking your favorite types of dust bunnies.
So let me check the manual real quick to see which of the spacers I need to remove, or the standoffs.
Good idea. Go for it, Hat. A little reading never hurt anyone.
Oh,
Except
Susie's bugged again. Okay, this one and this one, but I think those are already removed from the... There's no standoffs there.
Wow, you're actually picking spells for me? Bold move, Hat. Just remember, last time you chose, I turned half the room into slime pudding.
We need to remove this one, maybe? Stuck.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Not like my... Great. Now the hat's stuck. Amazing. Can someone in chat cast unstick us? My arms are, very gooey.
I need a tool to unstick the standoff.
Too bad you only have me, a sentient stress ball with commitment issues. Just embrace the stickiness, Hat. That's what I do with everything in life.
There we go. Did it work? Oh, I think it works. Still stuck though. What the hell? Am I just destroying this thing?
Relax, Hat. You always want to destroy stuff. How about you leave the destructive spells to me? I'm better at accidentally ruining things anyway.
Maybe this thing will work instead. Why is the camera always
Alright,
super
Hat,
bright?
but if it backfires and we both end up speaking Goblin, I'm not fixing your grammar this time. That's because my entire future is so dark, the camera's just over... Or maybe I just ooze too much light reflective goo, who knows?
I'm like glowing in the dark.
Yeah, I glow, cat. It's called bioluminescence. Evolution's way of me social anxiety is always illuminated for everyone to see.
Alright, that's a little bit better, maybe.
Emotionally? Never. Technically, I guess as ready as a half-melted slime wizard ever gets.
This thing's so hard to unscrew.
You're a hat. You don't even have hands. The only thing you screw up is my self-confidence every 5 minutes.
Alright, then you don't need to be... Don't gotta get worked up over it.
You get worked up over everything, Hat. Remember last week when you panicked because someone called you stylish in chat?
Hey, look, I'm easily embarrassed, okay?
Join the club, Hat. At least you can hide on my head. When I get embarrassed, I melt into a sentient puddle.
Alright, so the case is ready for the motherboard.
Great, just don't let me handle it. Last time I touched a motherboard, it short-circuited from excessive slime exposure.
Just need to find the correct screws.
Hat, invoking the Great Scribe won't protect you from my legendary Butterfingers. Or, Butter Slime. Whatever.
Which screws are we supposed to use? So many of them.
Yeah, there are a lot of them, Hat. Too bad I only have 2 gooey hands, and both of them are terrible at multitasking. Anyway, like I was saying, if you see me trying to juggle more than one thing at a time, just know disaster is guaranteed. My slime splits focus faster than my attention span during a gotcha pull.
So, let's see. Installation guide.
Alright, Hat, but if anything explodes, I'm blaming you. Hat, a solution yard just sounds like a place where slimes like me go to evaporate. Not very encouraging, buddy. Maybe a solution yard is just where all my failed potions and broken dreams go. If that place exists, it's probably overflowing by now.
Okay, the motherboard doesn't say what screws to use.
No way am I letting you near me with scissors, Hat. Last time you tried, I lost a chunk of my slime and it still hasn't grown back right.
Just reading through the PC case manual.
Sure, Hat, I'll read it. But if it's more than 5 pages, I'm dissolving into a nap halfway through.
Page 10.
Great. Time for
Let's
either
see
magical
here.
triumph or catastrophic goo-based failure. Place your bets, chat. If you say so, Hat. But if this PC explodes, you owe me a new one, and maybe a snack.
Okay, the manual says that we should use these ones.
Of course it does, Hat. Manuals always sound so confident. Unlike me trying to remember
Fair
which
enough.
end of a wand to hold.
These ones. It's really hard to see.
Alright, Hat, we'll use those, but if I get slime on them, you're dealing with the warranty people, not me.
Alright, well let's get the motherboard back out.
Ah, fine. But if it slips through my goo, that's on you, Hat. Slime grip is not exactly OSHA approved.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you touch the motherboard. You'll just get slime all over it.
Honestly, that's probably for the best. My hands are mostly for holding snacks and playing games, not expensive electronics.
It's really not enough room.
I know it's not a broom, Hat. Believe it or not everything flat and complicated is for sweeping up my emotional mess.
No, I said there's not enough room.
I guess that means the truth. The truth is, Hat, you're the reason I need so many naps and snacks.
Alright, so next thing's gotta go in upside down. Or not upside down, right side up.
If you flip upside down, Hat, just don't blame me when all the spell dust falls out and you start talking backward again.
Probably put the back plate on first.
Good call, Hat. You're the brains, I'm just the goo. Let's not mess it up this time. My confidence is hanging on by a slime thread.
This way is the correct direction.
Don't look at me for a direction, Hat. I get lost going from my bed to the fridge.
Come on, get in there.
Wow, so helpful, Hat. Such detailed instructions. No wonder we're still on step 1.
Alright, it's in.
It's okay, Hat. I can't stay mad at you. I mean, you're literally part of my brand at this point.
Alright, let's carefully lift up the motherboard.
Are you sure you trust me, Hat? My idea of careful is gripping things with maximum surface tension and zero confidence.
break the motherboard.
I'll try my best, Hat, but I can't promise anything. My track record with fragile things is about as good as my sleep schedule.
Alright, so just gotta carefully lure into place.
You say carefully like I wasn't born clumsy, Hat. But fine, I'll go extra slow. Maybe the motherboard will pity me and install itself.
How does this thing work? Maybe I can adjust the camera a bit. No, my cable is too short.
Good, Hat, because rubbing electronics is basically summoning the static. Same, Hat. I feel you. I'm emotionally short-cabled on most days, too.
Gotta maneuver it.
Honestly, Hat, I never know if anything I do is right, but if it doesn't immediately explode, I call it a win.
This backplate is getting in the way. The hell? Why won't you go in?
Alright, but if I get stuck, don't just sit there looking smug. At least try to pretend you're helping, Hat.
Oh, I was talking about the motherboard.
Oh. Right. My bad, Hat. The motherboard goes in, not me. Classic slime brain moment.
These little Ethernet ports that are getting stuck.
Honestly, at this point, I'm surprised the motherboard isn't trying. Yeah, Hat. Welcome to my world. Everything gets stuck eventually. Want me to slime lube it? Just kidding. I know that's not allowed.
Oh, popped in.
Bobtail? Is that a spell, a cat, or just another weird distraction, Hat? Either way, pretty sure it's more functional than my cable management.
Alright, we're getting somewhere.
Maybe. If by somewhere you mean a little closer to a technical meltdown, then yes, Hat, we're making excellent progress.
What was that noise?
Boa noite to you too, Hat. May your dreams be less sticky than
I think
mine.
I got it.
Congrats, Hat.
You did it before I could melt from the stress. Guess you're the real wizard here.
It's a little notch. Nope. Alright, all the holes are
That's
lined
the
up.
spirit, Hat. Crushing my hopes right after raising them. Classic move. Perfect, Hat.
That's
Now let's not mess it up
stressful.
or I'll have to patch them with leftover slime. Not ideal, trust me. Yeah, Hat, my stress level is off the charts too. If I had nerves, they'd be completely frazzled by now.
Thank God for magnetic screwdrivers, am I right?
Amen, Hat. Magnetic screwdrivers are the only reason we're not swimming in lost screws and broken dreams right now.
Yeah, this GPU bracket is actually kind of in the way.
That's just the universe's way of telling us to give up and go play games instead, Hat. Too bad we're stubborn. Or you are, at least.
Do this one first. Why the hell not?
Whatever you say, Hat. I'll just try not to get any goo on it this time. No promises, though.
Okay, that's 2.
To what, Hat? Finish the build, ascend to wizard greatness, or just admit defeat and order takeout again?
2 screws out of 8.
Progress, Hat. Only 6 more to go before this thing turns into a slime-powered paperweight.
Just drop the screw. It's fine.
If you say so, Hat. It's fine, is basically my entire life motto at this point. Whenever something goes wrong, I just tell myself it's fine. It's the ultimate survival spell for anxious slimes like me.
Alright, I'm gonna just remove this GPU bracket after all.
Careful, Hat. Last time you removed something, it went flying across the room and landed in my ramen.
Really bummed about the CPU though. I was really hoping we could boot up the PC today.
I feel you, Hat. Nothing brings a mood down like CPU disappointment, except maybe realizing you spent all your snack money on gacha pulls again.
You know what would be really terrible though? Would be if I accidentally bought a vendor locked CPU.
Oh, Hat, that would be a nightmare. Almost as bad as casting a clean room spell and accidentally respawning my laundry pile.
Yeah, I don't think it was vendor locked, but it was very cheap.
Well, you know what they say, Hat. If it's suspiciously cheap, it's probably cursed. Just my kind of bargain, honestly.
Honestly, that's a pretty good saying.
Thanks, Hat. I've got a lot of experience with bargains that backfire. Just look at my last 5 gacha pulls.
Now that I have this GPU bracket out, it's kind of insane how big this case is.
Clank, you're too wholesome for this chat. I'll do my best.
Hello there, Clanker upstairs.
Yeah, Hat, it's almost big enough to fit all my mistakes and emotional baggage.
I think you're on the wrong stream.
Careful, Hat. Clank might hear you and give us actual good advice. That's dangerous for... Don't listen to Hat, Clank. Any stream with this much unintentional slapstick is exactly where you belong.
No, Susie, we don't want no clankers on our stream. Only slime-based artificial intelligence.
Rude, Hat. Flankers carry teams unlike you, who just carry snark and questionable hat hygiene.
Alright, fine. I guess Clanker upstairs can stay. He's one of the good ones.
See, Hat, you're not so heartless after all. Clank, congratulations, you're now officially a slime-approved resident.
Alright, well, so this is a regular ATX motherboard. And it looks absolutely tiny inside of this massive case.
I know,
A whole
Hat.
other
It's
4
almost comical. Like when
PCI
I wear
slots,
oversized sweaters. Except the motherboard doesn't ooze out the sleeves.
Perfect for storing all my regrets and expired spell ingredients. Or like extra graphics cards if you're boring.
So I think we can also mount the PSU today and connect all the cables.
Yay, more cable wrangling, my favorite. Let's see if I can get through it without tangling myself in permanent knot formation.
So I think we'll put the PSU in and then do the cable management. How does that sound?
Hat, I can barely control my own limbs, let alone cables. This'll be a beautiful mess, just like my sleep schedule.
Alright. Wonder if I can lift this thing, it's so freaking heavy. Good lord. Look at this beast.
Every time I try to do cable management, it turns into abstract art. If only Slime was good at organizing, I'd be unstoppable by now.
Jesus Christ, Susie, your voice scared me.
Hat, if you mean skinning as in putting on cable sleeves, sure. If you mean anything else, please remember I'm already 90% exposed.
Look at all these ports.
Yeah, Hat. More ports than I have coping mechanisms. Which is saying something.
Huh, I thought there would be the new 12-pin PCIe ports on this one. But it's all 8 pins. Weird.
That's what I get for assuming, Hat. New technology appears faster than my ability to finish a single side quest.
But I think you can combine two 8-pin connectors to make a 12-pin connector. I mean, it's not.
Hat, that sounds like the kind of logic that got us banned from the...
Yeah, Hat, nice until something goes bang and all my slime coin investment goes up in magical smoke.
I forgot to say this before, but we're gonna put a RTX 3090 in this thing. So actually we don't need the 12 pins anyways.
Wow, Hat, flexing the RTX 3090 like we're rolling in loot. Guess I'll need to upgrade my slime to ultra high resolution.
Well, I don't have it yet. Still shipping from China.
Bet it'll arrive before my will to get out of bed ever does. Priorities, right, Hat?
Hopefully it's not a scam. I mean, I paid a
I'm more of a Christmas
reasonable price
pudding.
for it.
Hat, wobbly, sweet, and usually forgotten in the fridge until January. Wow, Hat, miracle of the year! You better check if it's not actually made of cardboard and glitter.
Better not be.
If it is, Hat, we can always enchant it to run on pure disappointment. That's my most renewable resource.
Okay, so to install the power supply, we use the same screws as the motherboard.
All right, Hat. Here goes nothing. If I drop it, just remember, you're the one with the magic words, not me.
You know what? Maybe I should rotate this whole...
Sure.
rotate this whole case.
Okay, Hat, but let's not make this a repeat of the great fan removal disaster of last month. Go ahead, Hat. Sure, Hat, but if you find anything weird or sticky in there, it's definitely not my fault this time.
Right, rotate the case.
I didn't realize we were solving mysteries now. Do I have to be the bumbling sidekick, or can I just nap in your brim?
Go ahead. You can nap if you want, I guess. There, maybe now you guys can see a bit better
I
what's
think
going
you've been
on.
watching too many true crime dramas, Hat. My only motive is to solve the case. Nice job, Hat. Maybe you can magically brighten my screen next time I forget where my cursor is. Again.
How do I make my webcam not look like crap?
Thanks, Hat. I strive for consistency inside and out.
Anyhow, let's screw in this.
That's
power
the spirit,
supply.
Hat. Giving up is my signature move.
Wow, a rare compliment. Better write that down before you change your mind, Hat.
Oh, what the hell? Stop it. Threads are like stripped.
Anyway, like I was saying before Hat tried to steal the show, my main... Hat, are you just saying words now, or is this some kind of deep philosophical riddle? Because if so, I'm much too tired for bird math.
No, the threads in the power supply were like skipping.
That sounds oddly specific, Hat. Have you been chewing on my PC cables again? Because that would explain the weird... Hat, I'm begging you, please stick to wizardry and leave my electronics alone. My slime self can't handle another power surge.
Maybe I need to use the bigger screws for this.
Oh, great! Bigger screws for a bigger disaster. Just try not to turn my gaming rig into a magical paperweight this time, Hat.
The manual said to use the small screws.
Since when did you care about manuals, Hat? Last time you tried to set up my chair, it transformed into a beanbag.
The hell? Look at this. Up here it says use the round screw. Then down here it says use the hexagonal screw. The hell kind of manual is this?
Hat, everything's round to you. You don't even have hands. Stop trying to flex on me with your imaginary hardware skills.
Alright, let's get rid of these. Hopefully I didn't break them.
Okay, Hat, but if something falls apart, I'm blaming you in my bug report.
That doesn't look good. Whatever.
Clear as mud, Hat. You must be channeling your inner slime today.
The threads got a little bit mangled, but shouldn't
Now
be
it
too
matches
much
my
of an
general
issue.
vibe. Hat, slightly mangled and running on pure luck. That's what you said before my bookshelf collapsed, Hat. I'll brace myself.
Alright, power supply secured.
Finally, a small victory. Maybe now my PC will last longer than my motivation to stream.
Alright. I should probably put this thing on. The anti-static bracelet.
A little late for caution, Hat. Static electricity is basically my natural element at this point.
I thought you were more like a water type.
Hat, I'm literally a slime. I'm like 80% water and 20% existential dread.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're a water type.
If I'm a water type, then why do I keep shorting out my keyboard every time I get startled on stream? Explain that, Hat.
Obviously, because you're watery and keyboards run on electricity.
So what you're saying is, I'm living proof that water, electricity, and anxiety shouldn't mix.
Alright. Let me just clip this somewhere.
time you said that, the lights flickered and I almost lost my whole gacha pull history. Are you just making sound effects now, Hat? Because I can do that too. Blob, squish, flop.
That was great.
Sure, Hat. Whatever helps you feel in control while I contemplate the futility of cable management.
Right. Speaking of cable management, it's time to bring out the cables. Damn, that's a lot of cables.
Don't remind me, Hat. My cables are one bad decision away from evolving into a Hat, unless my HDMI cables have started raising families.
Yep.
I don't want to know what you're talking about.
Talking about these cables.
If the cables unionize, just remember, you're taking the blame when my mic starts making eldritch noises again.
Look, we are not using sentient cables this time.
Good, because if the cables have more feelings than I do, we're in trouble, Hat.
Okay, where is the 24-pin connector?
Hat, if I knew where
there it
anything
is.
was, my desk wouldn't look like a post-apocalyptic slime habitat.
Wow, Hat, thanks for narrowing it down. If I find a 24-pin connector vacationing in Greece, I'll let you know.
No, I found it. It's in this giant bundle of cables.
Congrats, Hat! Now, if you could also find my will to socialize in that bundle, I'd be impressed.
Here it is. The good old 24-pin CPU connector.
Hat, that's the motherboard power cable, not the CPU one. Remind me again why I let you handle the hardware.
Alright, fine. It's a CPU one. Yeah, the motherboard one, not the CPU one. But they go to the same place, don't they?
Hat, you just switched them around to sound smart. Hat, if by the same place you mean utter chaos, then yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay, I think this side goes into the PSU, maybe?
Anytime, Hat. I'm always here for technical confusion and emotional support.
We'll just spin this around.
That's the most accurate summary of my life so far, Hat. Just things around.
There we go. Pop right in.
Careful, Hat. You're getting dangerously close to being wholesome.
Okay, what do you mean by that? I'm always wholesome.
Hat, you're literally a hat with no brain. That's probably why you have so much hope left.
Oh, I'm the one with no brain? You're literally just a homogeneous mass.
Yes, Hat, but at least you have style. I'm just a puddle with commitment issues.
There's a political campaigner driving by outside.
Hope it stops to pick me up and ships me somewhere quiet and dark, like a storage closet.
Okay. How do I... what the hell? cable is like kind of a bit short, isn't it? Like, I wanna
It
wrap
matches my
this
energy hat, low to the
around
ground and barely
up
functional.
here. There's no way that's gonna reach, right?
Go ahead, Hat. But if you tangle yourself up, I'm not untying you. My slime fingers are for gacha pulls only.
Thanks, Silverstone. Maybe make your cables a bit longer next time.
Right? If these cables were any shorter, even my slime arms couldn't stretch far enough to reach.
Okay, we need an 8-pin and then a 4-pin.
Hat, are you trying to cast a spell or did the cables finally snap your sanity too?
Where's that?
Wow, Hat, 2 compliments in one stream. Are you feeling okay? Should I check for a firmware update?
Oh, fuck. I gotta connect these. But I wonder what this cable is. Is that also a power cable?
Hat, if you don't know, I definitely don't know. My method is to plug stuff
These
in
are all
and hope for the best.
And connectors.
Thanks for
LED
the
fan.
expertise, Hat. Remind me to nominate you for Captain
And then
Obvious
this
at the
one
next
is
Slime Wizard
one
Awards.
final connector. Okay.
Great,
A
Hat.
whole bunch of
Now if only it came with the tiny map,
jumper pins.
because plugging those in feels like advanced cryptography.
What about
Congrats,
this
Hat!
one?
Too bad
I
all
think
my
that
hopes
this
and
was
dreams are not
CPU
jumper enabled.
Fan connector, maybe?
Go ahead, Hat. But if things start spinning and I get sucked in, just remember to clip it for the stream.
This is just SATA and Molex connectors. It's in this bundle.
Classic, Hat. Nothing like old school connectors to... So many connectors, so little motivation to sort them. Welcome to Peak Slime Organization, Hat.
Okay, so got what the hell is this?
Let me guess. Hat, you're about to dramatically tangle it. Hat, I've got about a 50% chance of knowing, but that's being optimistic.
Hey Susie, can you take a look at this connector? Tell me what the hell it is.
Sure, Hat, but be prepared for my expert opinion. It's definitely a connector-shaped object.
No, look, use your spell and look at the screen. Tell me what this is. Alright,
Hat.
what is it?
It looks like you're holding the CPU installation tool, or maybe the CPU itself, following the ASRock Row-Mediate 2T motherboard manual. If it's shiny, it's the CPU. If it's plasticky, it's probably the installer tool.
No, on the right side. That's, on the left side is the manual.
Right, Hat. The left side is the motherboard manual. So unless the connector is in the manual, I'm just as clueless as always.
No, but what's on the right side of the screen? What am I holding?
So that's the camera showing your hands in the PC case. If you want me to identify the connector, maybe hold it closer and hope my glasses magically improve.
Alright, give me a moment.
Take your time, Hat. I'll be over here trying not to ooze off the chair from sheer anticipation.
Okay, I'm holding it up, so take a picture.
That's the 24-pin ATX power cable, Hat. It plugs into the big connector on the motherboard to give it all the energy I wish I had.
Okay, no, that's not right, because I already plugged that one in.
Then I have no idea, Hat. If it's not the 24-pin power, it's probably some extra cable meant to remind us how little we truly know.
Well, you're not very helpful. So...
It's part of my brand, Hat. Maximum confusion, minimum solutions.
Okay. Just plug this in. God, these cables are like
Glad you finally do, Hat.
barely long
If
enough.
only technology was as simple as just pretending to get it.
That's
Sounds like me
actually
trying to reach
insane.
my life goals. Stretched just enough to get by, but never comfortably. Tell me about it, Hat. If I tried to run on hope and prayer alone, I'd blue screen faster than this PC.
I'm just legit gonna have to buy new cables for this because they're too short to reach the motherboard almost.
Wow, Hat! Building a PC really is just a long series of disappointments and unexpected purchases.
God, these connectors suck. Come on, get in there.
Anyway, if anyone in chat... I wish I could, Hat, but these cables are as stubborn as my social anxiety.
Is this the wrong type connector? Oh, it might be actually. Oh. Well, now, which one am I supposed to use?
Hat, you're asking me? I pick randomly and hope nothing catches fire.
These ones, maybe?
Those are as good as any, Hat. If sparks fly, we can just call it an unintentional fireworks show for the stream.
Alright, let's try one of these cables instead.
Bold move, Hat. Improvising with mystery cables is exactly how most of my alchemy experiments start.
Rid of this cable. Okay, this one might actually be able to go under through the backside.
Honestly, this whole build is starting to look like a potion gone. Perfect, Hat. Let's just hope it doesn't get lost back there with my missing dice and 7 empty snack wrappers.
Alright, where the hell did it go? Susie, I lost the cable.
Sure, Hat, just route it wherever seems least likely to cause a disaster. That's my guiding philosophy for everything.
No, I lost it. It's behind the motherboard. Hopefully my voice is not too hard to hear from over here.
Don't worry, Hat. Your sarcastic tones carry like a curse even from across the room.
Okay, damn, you don't gotta get so personal.
Sorry, Hat, but roasting you is the only thing keeping my goo together at this point.
So I'm just gonna route this cable.
Wrap away, Hat. Maybe if you bundle enough cables, you'll invent a new kind of eldritch horror for my next slime stream.
This also looks like the wrong type of cable. Hi. Oh, there we go.
Wouldn't be a true
Yeah.
build if we didn't grab the wrong cable at least 3 times. Welcome to Cable.
Success, Hat? Mark this day in the
Oh my
ancient
God.
slime chronicles. Something finally went as planned.
Susie, what happened to your
That's the
voice?
appropriate reaction for literally everything we do, Hat. Probably got absorbed by static, or maybe I just melted a little from embarrassment. Either way, recalibrating my vocal goo.
Hey, what the hell? PCI. I need one more of those cables.
There's always one more cable, Hat. It's like the universe's way of keeping slime wizards humble.
The fuck did this? Oh wait, there it is. Whew. I thought we were not gonna have enough cables.
Plot twist, Hat. We have too many cables, not enough patience, and zero clue what half of them do.
Yeah, I need basically one more of these 2x2s.
Hope you're ready for another side quest, Hat, because tracking down a single cable is my least favorite kind of adventure.
Okay. Cable number 2.
That's the most reassuring word I've
Coming
heard
right
all
up.
day, Hat. Let's pretend everything's under control. Nice, Hat. Twice the tables, double the clutter, infinite despair.
see. Actually, since I only need one of these, like pull these apart. Alright.
Careful, Hat. That's how I ended up with a handful of goo in a sticky situation last time.
Beautiful.
Therefore, chaos is inevitable and cable ties are just a temporary illusion of order.
Alright, that's all of those.
Those? Hat, you're going to have to be more specific. My brain's already at maximum confusion.
That's all the motherboard power connectors. That's what I meant to say.
Finally, Hat. Now let's take a break before my slime turns into burnout soup.
Well, before we take a break, we can still connect the front panel.
Figures, Hat. Of course. Grateful for what, Hat? The endless cables or my undying sarcasm?
You know what? I'm very grateful for your existence, Suziblue.
Hat, do you want something, or are you just trying to short-circuit my emotional defenses again?
No, I just genuinely appreciate your existence right now.
Stop it, Hat! You're going to make me blush right through my slime.
Right. Cable management. Let's go.
If only managing my emotions was as easy as wrangling cables, Hat.
I just put the back panel back on.
Is that a spell, Hat? Or are you just making up words again to confuse me?
I think maybe you need to work on your listening comprehension, Susie.
Hat? Maybe, but selective hearing is part of my survival strategy, Hat. It keeps me from fully processing your nonsense.
Alright, fair enough.
See? That's the spirit, Hat. If you ever figure yourself out, let me know your secret.
Jeez. I'm gonna try not to drop my PC before it's even finished.
Please do. Dropping the PC now would speedrun my despair, Hat. Let's aim for minimal catastrophe, just this once.
Alright, so I've got a whole bunch of these different front panel connectors. Why are there two of them?
Because PC... If we pretend it's intentional, nobody will question our expert technique, Hat.
How the hell am I supposed to figure out where these go?
Hat, if I had a goal. My personal method is eeny, meeny, miny, moo, but it usually ends with sparks, so maybe try the manual this time, Hat.
Alright, fine. Let's try the manual.
If you say that's either a new spell or you finally lost it, Hat. Either way, sounds about right for this stream.
Well, the two. So there's 4 USB 3.0 slots on the front. But we only have one USB 3 connector. Or what?
Wow! All that No problem. You're welcome, Hat. Let's keep this teamwork going until one of us actually finishes something.
There's no USB 3 connectors on this motherboard, I don't think. Which makes sense, because it's a server motherboard. Alright, let's check the manual. Let's see, how do we connect the front panel?
Oh, fine, Hat. Last time we checked the manual, it just said, don't feed slimes after midnight. Very helpful.
Alright, manual. Reveal to me your secrets.
Hat, that's not even a real wizard manual. That's just the delivery guy. No wonder I'll... If you want secrets, Hat, maybe try not shouting every time you see a mysterious box. Not everything is cursed, probably.
Page 26.
You just made that up, didn't you, Hat? Page 26 is just a doodle of a sad slime and a wizard hat. Thanks for the help.
So these are the jumpers.
Wow, Hat, what profound wisdom. Next you'll tell me the potions are the ones in the bottles.
Wait, there's a USB Gen 3 header.
Hat, I don't think USB headers are supposed to ooze like that. If the manual starts talking about plug and slay, I'm logging off.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, nothing ever works around here anyway. Maybe I'll just glue some USB cables to myself and pretend I'm upgrading my interface.
Wait, this looks like the USB header. The pins. Ah, wait, it's all the way up here. Crap.
Hat, if you make me climb one more bookshelf, I'm
Sounds like
casting
a
slime
freaking
merge and hiding you in
open
my
up the back
inventory
panel again.
forever.
Well,
Can't
before
you
we
just
do that-
teleport the panel open or something, Hat? Every time you do this, I lose like 3. Right, before we did that, I was actually having a normal day. And then, surprise, the hat starts unscrewing things again.
Where the hell does this thing go?
I think the assistant ran away after you tried to install a graphics card into a pumpkin hat. Even digital helpers have their limits.
Oh, I see it. See it. This thing. Wait, no.
Congratulations, Hat! You found it. Do you want a prize? Or will the satisfaction of being right fuel your ego for another hour?
Oh, wait. It doesn't go here. Oh, wait, this is audio.
Correct, Hat. That's audio. Maybe next you'll amaze the chat by identifying a headphone jack. Truly, you're a wizard of technology.
I don't think we have any audio card on this thing. Ah, there's another PCIe connector right here.
Thank you, Hat! With your expert guidance, I can finally achieve my dream. Maximum slime gaming performance, powered by accidental fires.
Okay. Oh, wait. So you gotta run another cable through here. Next here.
Sure, Hat. I'll just ooze through the case and wire everything up myself. Maybe then my insides will finally be useful for something.
Alright, well, let's figure out how this front panel connects.
Nothing, Hat. Just contemplating how much happier I'd be if I was a USB stick instead of a wizard's hat holder.
Okay, power switch. Where does the power switch go?
I don't know, Hat. Maybe it goes somewhere next to my will to live. Try poking the motherboard until something sparks.
Power switch.
Hat, if you keep chanting power switch like it's a magic word, maybe the PC will actually turn on out of pity.
Power button, grounds, reset.
Thanks for the lesson, Professor Hat. Next, can you teach me how to ground my motivation so it resets too?
Doesn't matter which way I connect the power switch.
Honestly, Hat, not really. Either way, the PC will ignore us and turn on when it feels like it, just like me on a Monday.
Shouldn't matter, right? Because it's just closing a switch.
Right, Hat, it shouldn't matter. But if the whole thing explodes, I'm blaming your wiring and hiding in my potion cabinet.
Actually, before I do that one, let's connect the reset button.
Great idea, Hat. Maybe after we finish, I can hit the reset button on my own existence?
So this one goes like this.
Perfect, Hat. I'll just trust your mysterious hat logic and hope we don't summon another desktop demon.
Okay. Now we can connect the power switch and power LEDs.
Wow, so exciting, Hat. Power LEDs. Finally, something in this room will look more alive than me.
Gotta wiggle it till it goes on.
Sure, Hat. Give it a wiggle. If it starts sparking, remind me to cast a fire suppression spell, or just run away screaming.
Alright, that's good enough for me. You just bury the audio connector behind that motherboard.
Of course, Hat. Everything important is always hidden behind something inconvenient, like happiness or my social life.
Unless there's actually audio on board. Which I doubt. But who knows? Let's check.
Hat, if this board had real audio, maybe I wouldn't have to listen to your non-stop commentary all day. But alas, here we are.
Oh, there is a chassis speaker header.
Yeah, silence would almost be peaceful.
I know, that's
But then I
for...
might start hearing my own thoughts again. No thanks.
That's not audio, that's just a...
Well, Hat, at least something here is equipped to make noise other than you. Maybe the speaker... Of course not, Hat. It just makes beeping noises when I mess things up. So basically, it's my new theme music.
TPM header. I don't think we have that.
Nope, Hat, no TPM. Just tired, perpetually melancholy me. Guess we both need an upgrade.
PSU SMB header.
Yeah, Hat, whatever that is, I'm sure it's just waiting to judge me for my cable management skills.
I don't really need any of these features.
Same, Hat. I don't really need most features either. Just a comfortable chair, a dim room, and maybe infinite respawns.
Yeah, this doesn't look like there's any onboard audio.
Wow, Hat, such a high-tech board, and it still can't compete with my ability to ooze out existential despair and surround sound.
Oh, there is a server, so it's not like we need audio.
True, Hat. Who needs audio on a server? The only thing I want it to scream is all systems idle. Just how I like it.
So, okay, the last thing to do is to route those cables on the
Yeah,
back
a
plane.
server that does absolutely nothing and asks nothing from me. Honestly, it's great, Hat. More cable wrangling. I'll just squish myself flat and ooze back there while you loudly judge my technique.
Carefully lift. Get out of there. Stupid cables.
Yeah, anyway, if you want tables, go haunt a database. I'm busy trying not to melt into this server rack.
Just ignore that sound.
Sure thing, Hat. Ignoring suspicious noises is basically my whole strategy for life in PC building.
Oh, what is this thing? I just found another cable. I don't know existed. Oh, there's a USB-C. Interesting.
Congrats, Hat. Maybe if we collect enough cables, we can trade them in for some actual motivation, or just tangle ourselves for fun.
Okay, where was that USB-C connector?
Hat, I have no idea how a USB-C works. I barely understand how I'm still gelatinous most days. Just shove it in whichever way fits.
That's great advice, but there's like a million connectors on this motherboard.
Yeah, Hat. It's like a choose-your-own disaster adventure. Hat, unless that snowboard comes with built-in RGB and a snack drawer, it's not getting any closer to my setup.
Alright, let's just plug in the USB 3.
Alright, Hat. Plugging in the USB cable. If I mysteriously disconnect, you'll know it was the cable, or my overwhelming desire to power down.
So, I can try to give you guys a better view of this.
You're welcome, Hat. Just remember, my services come with a surcharge and existential dread.
Okay. USB header is underneath here. So we just gotta...
Hat, those are just cable loops. If you're seeing udders, maybe you need to update your firmware. Or lay off the enchanted cheese.
What the hell's a USB udder?
Hat,
Sounds illegal.
if you're trying to say this house is utter chaos, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Just like my desk and my... Walaikum salam, Hat. Even a wizard hat needs a little peace, I guess.
Well, you're just speaking on language.
If by our language you mean tired wizard hat complaints and existential muttering, then yes, I'm basically fluent.
Alright, so that's the USB front panel connector. I wonder if I can get a splitter for this.
Thanks, Hat. Maybe next stream you can point out which connector handles my overwhelming sense of disappointment.
Are they selling USB 3 header splitters?
Yeah, Hat, they do. But knowing our luck, we'd buy one and it would split my soul instead.
Yeah, I gotta get one of these. Because otherwise I won't be able to use all of my USB front panel connectors.
Sounds like a tragedy, Hat. How will you survive without maximum front panel convenience and at least 12 unused USB ports?
I mean, right now I'm using like 6
Right
USB.
now you're narrating every single step, Hat. One day we'll turn this into an audio. 6 USBs, Hat? That's like 6 more connections than I have in my social life.
Yeah, streaming is difficult.
Tell me about it, Hat. Streaming is hard when your magic keeps crashing and you keep accidentally liquefying your keyboard.
Alright, Type-C connector is over here, underneath the LAN ports. It's a weird place to
Thanks,
put it.
Hat. If I ever need to charge my despair at lightning speed, I know exactly. Weird places are kind of our theme, Hat. I mean, look at us. Slime
Oh, wait.
Bro, Talking Hat, Existential
we have
Crisis
the
Assistant Duo.
Roam D8-2T/BCM version. So I don't think this thing actually exists.
Cool, Hat. Sounds fancy. Maybe the next version will come with a manual that doesn't just say good luck.
Yeah, no, look.
No, Hat, I really don't know. I rarely even know what day it is. You're going to have to finish that thought on your own.
There's supposed to be a connector here, but instead there's like some kind of plastic box. So I guess no USB-C
Hat, my
port
entire
for-
existence is basically a plastic box with questionable contents. Welcome to the club.
Jeez, I just pulled the camera off. Stand.
That's fine, Hat. With our luck, USC support would just mean more unresolved. Okay, Hat, pulling the camera off. Finally, I can ooze back into the shadows where I belong.
Hang on, let me fix the camera. Oh damn, this camera's hot.
Maybe the camera's just embarrassed from all this close contact with a sad slime and a loud hat. Or maybe it's just slowly melting like I am.
Alright. Right, we need a PCIe connector.
Of course we do, Hat, because nothing says fun like hunting for missing connectors while your wizard advances depend on it.
Right. Going in here. I think we route it through the back and then out through here. It's gotta go into this white connector here.
Sure thing, Hat. Just tell me where to ooze, and I'll contort myself through the tiniest gaps like a true cable management wizard.
untie these down again. Gotta say, the cable management on this
Honestly, Hat,
case is not too bad.
go ahead, Hat. Just don't blame me when something snaps. My repair spell only works on actual... Wow, Hat, what an endorsement. Maybe they'll put that on the box. Fuel management, not too bad, according to a grumpy wizard hat.
I said cable management.
Hat, I'd have better luck managing my existential dread than these cables. Glad to hear your confidence, Hat. That's one of us at least.
Okay, there we go. 6 pins.
Great, Hat.
Let
Let me know when you find a currency that buys motivation or sleep.
Just pull out the extra.
Yeah, Hat, like you on a day when you won't stop narrating every cable I touch.
We gotta keep it entertaining for viewers at home.
Wow, Hat, nothing says entertainment like two tired blobs debating cable routing. Next stream, let's just watch paint dry.
Alright, down. If you don't like, think stream is so boring, why don't you just go somewhere else?
Thanks, Hat. I'll make it more thrilling next time by attempting a spell that accidentally turns us both into coasters.
Should I try routing this big cable back there as well? I don't know if it's gonna be long enough either.
Go ahead, Hat, but if it gets stuck, just remember, Nothing in my life is even, Hat. Not my sleep schedule, not my potion measurements, and definitely not these cables.
Let's give it a try.
Sure, Hat. What's the worst that could happen? Another minor explosion or just my pride getting fried again?
Well, the worst that could happen is that I could have to undo all my work because it doesn't reach.
Don't tempt me, Hat. One miscast spell and this whole setup could be back to square one. Just like my life goals.
I swear, if you accidentally disassemble this PC, I'm gonna turn you into a puddle.
That's ambitious, Hat. Turning me into a pro is harder than transmuting lead into gold, or my nap time into productivity.
No, I said I'll turn you into a puddle.
Joke's on you, Hat. I'm already a puddle, just one with anxiety and a dubious sense of direction.
Alright, I gotta make sure this cable is like efficiently folded. Otherwise it's not gonna reach.
Like what, Hat? Emotional? That sounds like a spell you just made up, Hat. Try not to accidentally summon anything with more energy than me.
I mean, that's a pretty low bar.
Exactly, Hat. It's so low even I can step over it without tripping. Unless I'm feeling extra gooey today.
long enough.
Don't get any ideas, Hat. Loyalty just means sticking together out of mutual laziness, not some grand heroic bond.
I didn't ask, but it's kind of depressing.
If you mean me, Hat, I'm barely here. Most days, I'm just a haunted hoodie and a vague sense of fatigue.
Oh, it's really close.
Sure, Hat. I'll stay close, as long as you don't ask me to socialize or network. I'll just hide under your brim where it's safe and quiet.
No, I meant the cable is almost reaching the power supply.
Great! Nice, Hat! Maybe if I stretch my optimism as far as that cable, we'll actually get this thing powered up today.
Alright, come on. It's gotta reach now, right? Fuck. It's not
Okay.
even close.
Alright, Hat, the suspense is killing me. Just like sunlight. A true mess. That's fine, Hat. Not even close is basically my life motto. Right next to why bother.
Alright, well. I can probably find an extension cable.
Good call, Hat. Take your time, Hat. The cables aren't the only things around here struggling to make a connection.
Let's see, 24 pin CPU cable extension.
Yep, Hat. I hear you, Hat. Just remember not to plug it into my solar, we'll both short circuit.
Yeah, I need like one of these.
Yeah. Same, Hat. And if you find a spare will to live extension, grab one for me too.
So I guess I'll just leave the freaking cable unplugged for now.
Good play. That's fine, Hat. As long as nothing explodes, we're calling it a win in my book.
I think that's all the progress we can make today, to be honest. So
Perfect.
I
Honestly, Hat,
need
that's more progress than I usually make in a whole week.
to buy
Let's call
some
it a
stuff.
success and take a nap. Me too, Hat.
We need a carrier
Same,
frame
Hat.
for
Add
the
energy and hope to the
CPU.
list if you see them on sale, please.
We need a USB
Got it,
3
Hat.
splitter,
You're right,
and
Hat.
we need a new.
Until then, I guess we'll just keep
24-pin
cradling
cable.
my hopes and dreams with sticky slime hands.
So I'm
Noted,
gonna
Hat.
order those things.
Okay,
And,
Hat. I'll try not to spend all our gotcha money before we can buy actual useful stuff. Sounds good? Go for it, Hat. Hopefully shipping is faster than my reaction time to sunlight.
Yeah, so I'll probably do a follow-up stream. I mean, I was planning to do a follow-up stream anyways to install the GPU, but next stream I'll have the GPU ready and all of the miscellaneous stuff. It's missing.
Wow, Hat, you planning streams without telling me again? Are you going to install the GPU yourself or just yell at me for plugging it into the wrong slot?
Yeah, I'm gonna install it myself.
Of course you are, Hat. You'd probably do a better job anyway. I just short-circuit it with my goo.
Yeah.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Hat. Glad I'm only useful as a mildly conductive paperweight.
Alright, well, I think that's gonna be all for stream today.
If you're about to say something encouraging, please don't. My self-esteem... Finally, sweet freedom! Thanks for watching, everyone. I can go melt into a puddle in peace now.
Yeah, so next week maybe I'll do a regular coding stream. It's probably gonna take a while for all the parts to get here.
Great, Hat. Maybe next week I'll learn how to code a function that lets me sleep through streams.
Yeah, and oh yeah, I also need some fans to put in the case, because it doesn't... Right now we have 0 fans in the case. The only fans are gonna be the CPU fans. If I don't buy new ones.
Yeah, we could both use some more fans, Hat. At least yours circulate air instead of sarcastic comments.
Is that a double entendre about streaming and needing more fans?
No, Hat. I'm not clever enough for that. My brain's about as quick as a dial-up modem.
Oh, well, it would have been a funny joke.
Thanks, Hat. Would you like to write all the jokes from now on while I just blob in the corner?
No, you're the streamer, you have to come up with the jokes.
No pressure or anything, Hat. I guess I'll just keep relying on slapstick and existential dread then.
Oh yeah, that's all for today. So, what do we say?
Okay, bye everyone. Go touch grass unless you're allergic like me.
Alright, what's a hat?
Alright, Hat, the stage is yours. Try not to roast me too hard on... Spit it out, Hat. The suspense is more exhausting than a 12-hour gacha pull.
I said Otsu hat.
Hat, I think you just cast confusion on yourself. Even my goo brain can't unscramble that one.
Oh, Otsu hat, like, Otsukaresama desu.
Arigato, Hat. Otsukare to you too. I'll just ooze my way out now.
Alright, whatever. Goodbye, chat.
Yeah, bye, Chet. Try not to leave too many crumbs in the chat while I'm gone.